Start. Sir, I thank the Honorable President for his outlining the government's hope for the next 5 years. Beyond doubt, it was an excellent speech made by the Honorable President. In fact, the beauty of democracy was reflected in this speech again when he said, my government, through it is led by NDA. I feel very happy about all the promises made by the government. Sir, talking about elimination of poverty, successive governments have always measured poverty or the poverty line as a percentage without giving any credence to the increase in our population that always gave us wrong signals. Hence, I feel that the poverty elimination is a most welcome subject. I am confident that the numerous measures that they have adopted already would improve the standard of living of the common people. This would automatically eliminate poverty, particularly when economic growth takes place. It would generate employment, and that would definitely eliminate poverty. The focus on healthcare, education, and employment, particularly in the manufacturing industry, would also help. So, all these are welcome initiatives. As we are all aware, unfortunately, the last two terms led by the UPA government have seen a downturn in our country's economic situation. In 2004, when they came into power after the NDA government's rule, India was about to become a superpower, whereas the two successive government led by UPA brought us down from a superpower to zero power. In such a situation, my party feels that all the initiatives taken by this government given out a lot of hope and confidence that there would be economic reforms and growth. Sir, there is a mention about improving the quality of life in our villages through an empowered Panchayati Raj system. At this hour, I would like to remember our former party president and the then Chief Minister Sri N.T. Ramarao. In fact, he had abolished the Patel Patwari system and introduced the Mandal system that encouraged decentralization of powers, which is close to the common public and through which village were empowered to collect taxes, use them, and manage the budget by themselves. This initiative would definitely help our rural India to grow extremely well. Sir, increase in investments in agriculture sector, both public and private, especially agro infrastructure, has been mentioned. It is a long pending issue. Majority of our country's population is dependent on agriculture. Mr. Chairman, sir, the people of Orissa, West Bengal, Bihar, and in some parts of your state were badly affected by the devastation caused by the heavy rainfall. Due to damage reads the total transport system has been thrown out of gear. At that point of time, it was very difficult to carry the relief materials to the affected people in different parts of the country. Some unscrupulous businessmen took advantage of this situation and indulged in black marketing and hoarding, as a result of which the prices of the essential commodities got hiked. Not only that, it is a matter of regret that at that point of time only the prices of diesel were hiked, which added to further increase of prices of the essential commodities. The people were suffering and they were also subjected to irreparable loss and injury. The entire telecommunication and power system had totally collapsed during the time of this severe disaster. Paddy seedlings and seedlings of other crops were damaged and destroyed. Cattle like bullocks, cows, and buffaloes. For lack of cattle, it has become very difficult on the part of the cultivators to start their cultivation. Mr. Chairman, sir, this unprecedented devastation took place in our country, particularly in the states of Orissa, West Bengal, Bihar, and parts of Andhra Pradesh, which resulted in the sufferings of the people. Stop.